Hello students! So students, from our previous video, we understood that respiration works on the principle of difference in air pressure. And we also learned that when air pressure is high outside and low inside, air rushes inside the lungs. And this is called as inspiration. And when air pressure is low outside and high inside, air rushes out from the lungs. And this is called as expiration. But students, do you think that lungs can contract or relax by itself, just like our heart does? No, not at all. Remember students, the lungs do not contain muscle fibers, but they expand and contract by the movement of ribs and diaphragm. This is true, just like in our experiment, balloon did not inflate or deflate by itself. It was due to the pulling of knot that made balloon inflate or deflate. That knot can be compared with the diaphragm in our body. The diaphragm is a sheet of tissue which separates the thorax from the abdomen. They are placed exactly below the lungs. In a relaxed state, the diaphragm is dome-shaped. You know, students, there are one special type of muscles, the intercostal muscles, which allow the movement of ribs and make inspiration and expiration possible. Now students, let us see each of inhalation, that is inspiration, and exhalation or expiration separately. Let us see inhalation first. As we said, breathing in of air is called inhalation. During inhalation, atmospheric air moves into the lungs. Let's see how this movement of air happens. Inhalation starts when the muscles of diaphragm contract and flatten in a shape. Remember, we said diaphragm is dome-shaped. So from this dome-shaped, it flattens. This pushes the chest cavity downwards. And it expands and air enters inside. Do you know, this chest cavity is also called as thoracic cavity? Yes, it is placed above the abdominal cavity and is separated by diaphragm. Together, they enclose organs like heart, lungs, kidney, liver, etc. Now going back to inhalation. When diaphragm flattens, when the diaphragm is moving down, simultaneously, the external intercostal muscles also contract. That is, muscles present outside the ribs which help in moving chest wall contract. This causes ribs to move upwards and outwards. And as a result, the chest cavity expands. So now can you guess what must be happening to the air pressure inside the lungs? To answer this, just compare it with our balloon experiment where we stretched the knot up and the cavity inside the balloon expanded. Yes, you are right. The exactly same way, the air pressure inside the chest cavity reduces. Consequently, the air outside, which is at higher pressure, enters and reaches the lungs via respiratory system. The air finally reaches to the alveolar region. As you know students, alveoli are richly covered by blood capillaries. So the oxygen in the alveoli diffuses into the blood capillaries and carbon dioxide present in blood capillaries diffuses in the lungs. This gaseous exchange at alveolar surface completes the inhalation process. And now, CO2-rich air from our lungs needs to be thrown out. And this process is known as exhalation. This process is also called as expiration. We will understand exhalation or expiration process in detail in our next video.